Hey everyone, my name is Audrey and welcome to my channel. Today I'm giving you my December TBR, aka my end of the year reading rush challenge for 2022.
On my face and I'm only 23, and that's just speaking for me. You hit that certain age, it took to make a living wage, but I swear I just learned my name. I swear I'm not to blame. You told no more fun, it's off to work. You need to earn it, don't have to have any work, but I don't play that way. I'm always gonna say, take us back to when we were kids. We didn't know how good we had it. Now we're all just sick and sad and take us back to before we grew up, before our problems blew up. We really needed that, hey, heads up, heads up. What would you say to your younger self? Life's like a paper plane, don't steer the way. You're told no more fun, it's off to work. You need to earn it, don't have to have any work, but I don't play that way. And I'm always gonna say, take us back to when we were kids. We didn't know how good we had it. Now we're all just sick and sad and take us back to before we grew up, before our problems blew up. We really needed that, hey, heads up, heads up. And I keep telling myself, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, yeah. And even when the sky keeps falling on my head, I'm standing on my feet and reaching for the stars, yeah. Take us back to when we were kids. We didn't know how good we had it. Now we're all just sick and sad and take us back to before we grew up, before our problems blew up. We really needed that, hey, heads up, heads up.
My perfect date starts in a small cafe. There's hearts everywhere cause it's Valentine's Day. We order up waffles, then share the whole plate. Sit by the window and start to debate. There's nobody else I'd rather spend my everyday with. I think it's sweet, she sometimes winks when she laughs. I like the way she dances barefoot in the grass. Yeah, we get along alright, cause I've been dating me my whole life. sun starts to peek through the clouds. We take the back streets to avoid the crowds. Waltz over sidewalks and twirl in the breeze. She'll catch me if I get weak in the knees. There's nobody else I'd rather spend my everyday with. She doesn't mind that I don't know how to cook. She likes the way I keep my nightstand filled up with books. And I think it's sweet, she sometimes winks when she laughs. I like the way she dances barefoot in the grass. Yeah, we get along alright, 'cause I've been dating me my whole life. She doesn't mind that I don't know how to cook. She likes the way I keep my nightstand filled up with books. And I think it's sweet, she sometimes winks when she laughs. I like the way she dances barefoot in the grass. Yeah, we get along alright, 'cause I've been dating me my whole life.
I am so excited about this month, this end of the year, this challenge I'm giving myself, readathon-ish. Really, really excited. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I usually give myself very unrealistic reading goals, and I rarely succeed at them. And this is not going to be any different, but here we are. I have a lot of books to talk about today, so I won't be talking much about the synopsis and all of that because I don't want this to last like too long. Already, my bullet journal was long enough. So, anyways, yes, I'll link in the description the video for the end of the year reading rush challenge if you want to check that out, if you want to participate or just know what I'm talking about. So usually I do end of the month reading rush challenges where I count the number of pages I have left to read in order to complete my TBR that month, and I divide that number in 7 days for the 7 last days of the month, and I try to read that many pages per day in order to complete my TBR, which I can rarely do because they're usually very unrealistic. Anyways, I'm doing the same thing for December. It's going to last for the full month. So reading wise, my daily goal is going to be 315 pages per day. And if you know me, you'll know that's very unrealistic for me because I have a hard time reading like 100 pages per day, but I do have a lot of time off by the end of the month because it's Christmas break. So I won't be teaching, and I do intend to read a lot. I will be working night shifts, but it should be, I don't want to say quiet, I don't want to jinx it, but it shouldn't be too busy. So I'm very hopeful for that. Also, for my Goodreads challenge, I gave myself a goal to read 1 book per week for 2022. And right now I'm at 36 books read. So, like, I'm really behind. If I'm not mistaken, I still have 16 books to read in order to complete that goal as well. We'll see how that turns out, but bets are open. On that note, let's get to the books. So I'm going to start with the books that I am currently reading. So we have Catching Fire by Susan Collins, which is book number 2 of the Hunger Games. I was supposed to finish this one in November, but I didn't manage to because I had a lot of things I had to work on. I have like 50 pages left, so it's kind of disappointing that I didn't finish it in November. But anyways, these pages, I did not count them in my page count because I was certain that I was going to be able to finish it yesterday, actually, because we're December 1st, but I didn't. So yeah, I didn't count them. But I mean, it's not like 400 pages, it's only an extra 50, so maybe 1 or 2 pages per day more than what I actually counted, but it's fine. We're not even going to talk about it. So yeah, this one. And then I am currently in the middle of The Burning God, which I've been in the middle of for such a long time. Honestly, I don't remember when I started it. It was this year, but I've been rolling it over from month to month for no reason because I am really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it, and I don't want to finish it because I don't want this to be over, but at the same time I do want to have a closure. And one of my goals for 2022 is to actually finish series, and like this is the way to go to finish this series. So yeah. The next one I'm currently reading is The Darkening by Sunya Mara, which is a Fairyloot box with the pretty edges and pretty cover. I'm currently 50-ish, 70 pages through. I am enjoying it so far. It's a very peculiar setting, but very interesting, and I'm curious to see where it's going to go. The next one is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This one, same thing as The Burning God. I've been reading it for a long time. I've just been rolling it over from month to month, and I haven't made much progress. I'm only 50 pages through, and I didn't make any progress for a very long time. So I will be getting back into it. I'm probably going to read like bit by bit throughout the month because it's quite heavy on the sci-fi, and I'm not always in the mood for sci-fi, especially right now. Um, but it's fine. We'll get through it. It's all good. Then on my list, I have The Mockingjay, which is book number 3 of the Hunger Games, and The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is the prequel to the Hunger Games trilogy. This one I haven't read yet, but the Hunger Games is the trilogy. If you don't know me, it is the trilogy that got me back into reading. So like these are rereads, but I wanted to reread the whole trilogy before actually getting into the prequel. I don't have high expectations for the prequel, but nonetheless, I do like to finally read it and finally have my own opinion on it because I've heard not so great things and I'm not expecting amazing things either, but I still want to read it. Then we have Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I've been wanting to read this for such a long time because I do want to watch the show finally. I've read Six of Crows and Cricket Kingdom a while ago. This year? Last year? I don't remember. But I did read them. I love them. I do want to read this one in order to start the series on Netflix. And some more fantasy with A Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. I love the City of Brass so much that I'm really excited to get into this one. This is the second book of the trilogy. And yeah, I devoured the City of Brass, so I'm really excited for this one. Speaking of some more fantasy books and finishing series, I have A Psalm of Storms and Silence, which is book number 2 of A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, which I loved. The first book, this is a duology, so I want to finally get to this one. And I read it this year, so it wasn't too long ago. I should be able to get into it pretty easily. And then I also want to get to Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. These are going to be rereads, and I feel like they're just the perfect reads for winter. They're one of my favorite books, zoology, ever, and they have a very special place in my heart. I'm sorry if there's a change of angle camera thing, but yeah, my phone ran out of space, which is one thing I hate about filming on my phone, but we're not gonna go through that. But anyways, where was I? I think I was last talking about Strange the Dreamer, which is one of my favorite zoology ever, and I wish to reread them. Then I have Elatsue, which is a book I've been wanting to read for a very, very long time, but I haven't gotten around it. I've heard amazing things about it, and I feel like the cover really gives me winter vibes, so I really want to read it before the end of the year. Then I have a manga on this list because we like short books when we need to get to these unrealistic goals. So I have Spy Family, Volume 1. I only have the first one, but I might maybe get the second, third one. We'll see. Maybe not, but we'll see how that goes. I've heard amazing things about this series of manga and really excited to get to it. It's supposed to be funny, which is something I haven't really read much humor in books in general. I find it hard to actually like laugh out loud when I'm reading books. But I'm very curious. So then I have 2 more books, which are horror thriller, The Diviners and Lair of Dreams, book number 2 in the series by Libra Bray. This is a reread. This one, the second book, I haven't read yet. I was supposed to read them for Halloween and I haven't gotten to them because life happens. So yeah. Continuing in the horror thriller vibes, I have Lakewood on my reader that I really want to get to. I've been putting that one on my TBRs for a couple of months now this year, and I really want to get to it finally. I also have like 2 arcs, one of which is also a thriller horror book. It was published in November and I haven't reviewed it yet, so I need to get to it. It is Black Forest by Laura Dean. And then the other arc I have is called Yesterworld, which is the second book of the Downworld series by Rebecca Phelps. This one is getting published on, I believe, December the 6th. I'm definitely not going to be able to review that on time, but hopefully by the end of the year, that would be awesome. So that's the goal there. I also want to reread The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton, which is also a reread, but I loved that book so much that I really want to reread it, even if like I know the twists and turns now, but I kind of want to relive the experience knowing what's going to happen and like looking out for some foreshadowing and to see like how I perceive the book and how I experience it now that I know what's going to happen, and if I see more details that I've missed the first time around. Yeah, I'm really excited to go through that again. Then I have The Beautiful by Renée Audier, which is another book I've tried to read for a while now that I keep rolling over through months. This one was highly recommended by Princess from Castle Library. I know she loves this book, and it's a trilogy, I believe, or a series, I'm not sure, but there's more than one, and I've heard amazing things, and it has high praise from Princess, so I trust her judgment. Hopefully I can get to it. It's historical fiction and with vampires, if I'm not mistaken. Then I also want to read The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and this one is because I rewatched the Sherlock Holmes series on BBC with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, which is one of my favorite series. I often rewatch it, and it's a very comfort series for me. And I have never read any Sherlock Holmes, and I'm very curious, and it got me into a mood. So I want to try this one. There's a lot of different stories and cases, so I can definitely get through it like a little bit here and there throughout the month. The next one is a holiday book. I usually try to get a holiday book every year during December, and so far it hasn't been very successful because they tend to be like very cheesy romance books, which is not something that I enjoy reading. It wasn't really a success so far, but this year I'm going to be reading A Christmas Carol, which I've read, I think, when I was a teen at school, in high school. It's short, so yay for that. And like we all know this story. It's fun. It's Christmassy. It's gonna be perfect. Next, I have 2 books for my secret TBR that I need to get out like ASAP. So one is from Celeste Ng, and the other one is from an author no one knows about that I've tried to research and never found anything about. Anyways, that one is on my reader, and I cannot give you any titles. Hopefully I can get to those very, very soon because I do want to get that secret TBR out before the end of the year. So I'm really working hard on that. And finally, this was not included in my like daily goal pages and all that stuff. And I haven't hauled them yet officially, but I just received my order for the Chronicles of Narnia box set. So I have like all 7 books. And I ordered these to read them with my son. So this is going to be a very fun experience. I'm really, really excited. My son is excited as well. We're trying to promote like books not having pictures, but I think he's excited as well. We are going to show him the films eventually. He hasn't seen them yet. I want him to read the books first. And I've never read those books either, but they are actually very, very short. So I might be able to get to the first one, which is The Magician's Nephew. It's 221 pages. So I should be able to get to this before the end of December, but I didn't count it for my daily count, page count. So we shall see. We might read that, but I don't want to go and read ahead before I actually read it with my son. So we'll see how that goes. And that pretty much sums it up for my last 2022 TBR. I think so. That's enough. I definitely won't be able to get to all of these books, but I am going to make it my best try my best because I'm actually genuinely very excited for all of these books. And I know that a lot of are going to help me fill out my bingo card that I made. That I can also put here my version that I didn't print myself. I draw a new version on in my bullet journal, but it's fine. Yeah, so we have short books, favorite genre, fantasy. We have a lot of them. Drinking a hot beverage, that's fine. Finishing series, so Burning Gone just should be enough for that. Then reading less than your daily goal. That happens to me so many times. I'm gonna easily get to that. Diverse rep, which is for LGBTQ plus mental health and whatnot. I do have that with my secret TBR, which is a specific rep. And then holiday book, we said Christmas Carol. Eat comfort food, that's fine. Listen to comfort music, that's fine. On your TBR for more than a year, I have multiple. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is one of them. Lair of Dreams is also one of them. The Beautiful, Lakewood, pick one. BIPOC author, I have multiple. The Burning God, Renee Adier. Alatoe is Indigenous. A Psalm of Storms and Sirens is from Roseanne A. Brown, which is a BIPOC author. Spy Family, Asian. So I have a couple. Oldest published. Now I actually checked out which of my books was published first, like the first edition. So I thought it was either going to be Sherlock Holmes or Christmas Carol because this is quite old. And I found out that this one was published first. I think it's 1834 and this one is like 1890s-ish. So this one was at least 50 years older than Sherlock Holmes. So this one is my oldest published book. Does that make sense? So this counts as well. And I think I didn't mention that in my announcement video for my end of the year reading rush. You can have a book complete like more than one prompt. That's fine. I really don't mind at all. You do like whatever fits for you. Then I have a children's book, Narnia. That's gonna be easy. And I didn't count those in my pages. But yeah, Narnia. Or any other book that I read every day because I read a book to my son every day. So easy. Then participate in end of the year reading rush live sprints. I'm going to be hosting some of those, so check out the scheduling of those lives. Read more than your daily goal. We're gonna try, but that's not gonna happen when I'm working. So probably a day I have off that I'm not working at all for the holidays. And a recently published book. So The Darkening is a book I got from Fairloot this year. So this one was published in 2022. So that's it. And that's my TBR. Bets are open. If you want a bet on how many books I'm actually going to be able to get to, we'll see. I'm going to stop rambling now because this is going to be long enough. I do need to get to some reading. And if you are participating in the end of the year reading a rush challenge, you can use the hashtag so I can find your videos. Like, comment, and subscribe if you wish. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to check out all of those live sprints, you'll be notified for that as well. And I hope you have a great last month of 2022. I wish you all of the best reading for this month. Let's finish this year on a high positive note, and I will see you soon in a next video. Bye.